They really capitalized on their chances, and you have to give them credit too. You know, they are just super hockey team.
Unbelievable team. Okay, you've picked out some highlights of that period of play where the Jets were outscored 2-1. So let's get into them and see some of the things that happened during that period.
Yeah, first I think we have Jets goal coming up.
There's Joe Daly with the big save. Now watch this one.
Here, their defense now. You try to stand up on Bobby Hull. You shouldn't do that. You know, Bobby just faked him there, but then he was lucky and got around the net here, and
he's trying to get it to Anders in front.
Yeah, no, he tried to. I think it was to Peter Sullivan, but he missed it, and he hit the skate of Lutchenko there, and he went into his own net.
Well, the Jets don't have to feel bad because the same thing happens to them a few seconds later. This time it was Dave Dunn who had a little problem with the puck behind the net. Comes out in front, and next thing you know, it's in that one.
Well, yeah, here we just see the goal here. They had a face-off there first who really set this goal up. They really played well there, and now our guys started to run around in our own end, and that's the way they got this goal, I think.
Well, if it didn't hit Hexie, it could have gone right through, but then Maltsev was standing right there also, so conceivably it may have gone in. All right, there's 2 of the goals so far in the period.
Yeah, and the third goal here, Yakushev get a break, and you know, he started to go just as soon as their defenseman picked the puck, and he was right out in the middle of the rink, you know, before our defense had a chance to turn around.
Okay, Lars, we hope to have the highlights, all the scoring highlights at the conclusion of the hockey game. This is WHA International Hockey from Winnipeg.
Here come the Jets. They're the Winnipeg Jets. Anders Hedberg and fellow countryman Ulf Nilsson. Their team trailing the Soviet Union by a score of 3-1 as we head into the final 20 minutes of regulation play. Recapping the scoring just briefly. In the second period, Winnipeg got on the scoreboard after just 20 seconds of play. A power play goal, Bobby Hull from Tommy Bergman. But the Soviet Union came back. Helmut Balderis unassisted at 10:48 to make it 2-1. And then Alexander Yakushev with his second of the night from Bабinov at 13:23. That was a short-handed goal. The Soviets out shooting the Jets 14-12, a two-period total of 24-21. Here is a look at the third Soviet goal. That is Yakushev going in on Daly. Now watch this very closely. It appears from here at least, and from that camera angle, as if Daly had made the save. But somewhere between the pads, the puck came loose. There it is. You see Daly reaching back as Yakushev scored his second goal of the game. Joe Daly has been outstanding. And of course, so has that gentleman there, Vladislav Tretьяк, as he always seems to be in international hockey competition, at least in international hockey competition against Canada. We are all set to go. It is Peter Sullivan at center ice with Bobby Hull and Anders Hedberg. Tommy Bergman and Ted Green are on defense. Mihайлов, Harlamov, and Petrov for the Soviet Union. The defense pairing, Prvukhin and Lutchenko. Now that's Bobby Hull, number 9, sliding it to Hedberg, a right wing pass behind Sullivan. Sullivan skating after, touches it, no whistle. Moving in from the point is Bergman. A weak shot, knocked down by Prvukhin. Out to Harlamov, all alone as he skates it on Green. Harlamov going to the outside, still has the puck, tries to shovel it in on the short side, and Joe Daly holding the post and makes the save, and you saw Mr. Harlamov just casually reached down and tossed the puck to the linesman. Harlamov, recovering from that auto accident last summer. Look at the great speed. Look at the move. Full marks to Joe Daly. Now Petrov closing in. The puck sliding right to the doorstep. Daly taking no chances. Soviet Union leading by a score of 3-1. It has been a close, tight hockey game all the way up until this point. Russian bench looking on. Sullivan against Petrov. Petrov getting the puck back, but Green picked it off for Winnipeg. Green to Hedberg. Anders Hedberg missing Hull at the Winnipeg line. Retrieving is Vasily Pervukin. Pervukin in his own zone with Hull forechecking. He left it there. It's taken by Lutchenko. Puck slapped loose. Sullivan getting it to Hedberg. Hedberg with a wrist shot. That's wide on the near side. Hedberg keeping right on it. It rolls into the corner to Sullivan. He couldn't maintain possession. And it's Mihайлов. Heading to Hedberg. Hedberg bumping there with Pervukin. They go to the boards. It's kicked loose to Sullivan. Sullivan centering it. No one there. And Green retrieves at center ice. 8:42 left in the first 10-minute half of the third period. Bergman takes the pass from Green. Shovels it to Sullivan. His relay intended for Hull. It never got there. Now big Barry Long, number 3, to Hull. Hull across the line. The Soviet Union defense playing very tough. Sullivan on the boards for Hull. It was too far. Bабинов giving it to Shadrin, and Shadrin shoots it down into Winnipeg territory. Perry Miller in back of his own net. Perry Miller starting out, lost it. The puck cleared into the corner. Here's Barry Long trying his luck for Nilsson. He is bumped from behind by Bабинов, and the Jets will be called for icing as Krikунов goes back to touch it.
The score is the Soviet Union 3, the Winnipeg Jets 1. This is WHA International Hockey from Winnipeg. I'll tell you, I just made it down there.
Did you? I'll tell you. What?
What's that? Little juggling act going on as Victor Shalimov flicks a puck up into the stands.
He wins a few fans. That's Hexy Riorana clearing it to center ice. Yakuşev tapping it back to Bабинов. Sergei Bабинov headlining it to Shadrin. Shadrin for Yakuşev. He changes direction. Controlling the puck. What a hockey player. What a magnificent hockey player he is. Alexander Yakuşev, 30 years of age. He has scored twice tonight for the Soviets. They lead 3-1. And here's Nilsson cutting across the line. Over here, intended for LeBrotten. And he hit the side of the net. Danny LeBrotten racing in from the wing, took a perfect pass from Nilsson, but couldn't find the mark. Now Sergei Bабинov lugging to center. Fires it into the corner. Daly stopping it for Riorana. Hexy Riorana for Lindstrom. Lindstrom flipping it to center. A race. Here goes LeBrotten after it. He has a breakaway. LeBrotten with Bабинov all over him, and a penalty coming up against the Soviet Union.
The Jets, I'm sure, will argue for the penalty shot, but I don't think that LeBrotten was totally in the clear, and it'll go as a hooking minor.
A burst of speed by Danny LeBrotten coming in from the left side, and Bабинov recognized immediately he was in trouble.
Soviet Union penalty
picked up what you
is to number 4.
often hear described as a good penalty.
Good
There is
for
Sergei
hooking.
Bабинov, not Dan LeBrotten.
No question as to the fact that it was a good penalty. As LeBrotten is dangerous, especially in close like that. You know, moments before that, we saw LeBrotten with a good scoring chance. And you sometimes wonder about having your left winger a right-handed shot, and it didn't pay off with the Jets on that occasion.
Katola from the side of the Soviet net. A lot of jostling out in front as Katola takes a whack at it, and Tretьяк smothers it in the Soviet crease. Bobby Crom going with Lazuk, Gatola, and Runke. A little bit of a surprise, I think, Peter, considering that none of them are noted for their scoring prowess.
He doesn't have a power play. He uses usually whatever line is next for the first part of the shift, then puts on the big line for the last part.
There's Lazuk, giving it to Gatola. Gatola off the boards for Miller at the line. A weak shot, knocked down out in front. Puck is picked up there by Mihайлов. Mihайлov. Look at him handle that puck. Control the play, and finally shooting it into Winnipeg territory. Miller giving it to Runke, the former U of T hockey player. The Soviet Union's Vladimir Shadrin. Looking for Long, and the pass was too high and too hard, and Long couldn't make contact, and the Russians dump it out. Bабinov getting ready to return as Bobby Hull winds up. Babinov is on. Both teams at full strength. Bobby Hull winding his way to center. Hedberg is offside on the wing.
The Soviets lead 3-1. This is WHA International Hockey from Winnipeg. .48 to go in the first half of the third period. 3-1, the Soviets lead.
Sullivan, Hedberg, and Hull. Dunn and Riorata are on the fates. Vasilev deep in his own zone. Watching him is Sullivan. Vasilev up on the wing intended for Maltsev. And start to bump. The puck is shoveled out in front. Daly gloving it to Hull. Bobby Hull turning. Maltsev all over him. Bobby Hull showing that great power but couldn't get loose. Now Maltsev covered by Hull. Puck is knocked away to an open wing. Hedberg in control. And there's Hedberg right out in front of his own net. On the wing to Riorata. Riorata relaying it to Sullivan. Sullivan quickly to the outside. Peter Sullivan way out in front, and Hedberg drove the puck over the top of the net. There's Sullivan behind his back. A neat play, but it didn't work, and Riorata is forced deep in his own zone. Riorata off the boards. It's picked up there by Krikунов. Maltsev whacking it down into the Jets' end of the ice. Riorata over the far side. Handing it right to Bilялетдинов. And play is stopped with 3:31 to go here in the first 10-minute half of the third period.
The score is 3-1 for the Soviets, and you know, a person who the Soviets would like to forget about will be in Winnipeg on Sunday night. That's Paul Henderson. But before that game, the Soviets will be in Quebec on Saturday afternoon to face the East WHA division leading Quebec Nordique.
Vladimir Petrov waiting in the circle. LeBron will take the face-off for Winnipeg. Petrov gets it. Green skating after it. 3:25 left here in the first 10-minute half of the third period. Winnipeg trailing by a score of 3-1. A long pass intended for LeBron. That was too far. Now Petrov at center ice. Breaking his Harlamov. He takes the pass. Racing down the boards. Taken out of the play by Bergman. The Jets, Danny LeBron over for Lindstrom. Lindstrom over the line to Green. Oh, and a drive. An open net. And LeBron shot it over top of the crossbar. That's the third excellent opportunity for Danny LeBron here in the period. And on each occasion, he has been stopped or has missed the target. And boy, what an opportunity he had there, Peter.
Dan LeBron, 21. He's a rookie with the Winnipeg Jets, former national team member of the Swedish national team who played in Canada Cup, suffered a knee injury in that Canada Cup series that sidelined him for the initial part of this period. He still has 20 points and 12 goals and 8 assists, 25 years of age.
On the replay, it looked as if the puck had deflected either off Tretьяк or one of the defensemen.
The initial shot by Teddy Green gave Tretьяk fits.
High angle look at the ice and a close-up look at Teddy Green. Shadrin tapping it back to Yakushev. He had difficulty. Bабинов had to cover up. Puck caroms off a skate right out to Daly. He leaves the crease, shoots it quickly out to center ice. Lindstrom whacking it off the boards to Nilsson. And Bабинов stole it away from him. Sergei Bабинов for Yakushev. Yakushev to Shadrin. Long pass for Shalimov. Shalimov giving it to Krikунов over the line. The puck rolling right out, and there is Daly clearing it himself. 2:15 to go. Yakushev to Shalimov. Shalimov over the line to Shadrin. Yakushev, been the most impressive player on the team for the Soviet Union as the Jets change on the go. And now it's Shadrin. He has Shalimov with him, a 2-on-2. Shadrin, drop pass for Shalimov, and there's the wrist shot, and Daly takes no chances.
Minute and 48 to go in the first half of this period. There's Yakushev, 2 goals tonight, 2 goals last night, and he almost capitalized again on the play with Shadrin, who set him up twice already tonight. Shovels it out in front. Yakushev just shoots high and wide.
That's Lind against Vladimir Repnef. Repnef handing it to Guindon. Guindon to Moffat. He is jammed there by Vasiliev. Bilялетдинов falls down. Underneath is the puck. Some of the crowd suggesting
that Soviet team.
Vasiliev, perhaps the steadiest of the Soviet defensive corps, getting it out to center ice. Golikov making his first appearance, number 12, is out there with Balderis and Repnef as Maltsev gets a race. Barry Miller, his own blue line. He hands it to Repnef, offside. Called at the Jets' blue line.
Barry Miller, the product of East Kildonan here in Winnipeg. 24-year-old defenseman who has been all but traded a number of times. And when he was in the Soviet Union, he had words with many of the Soviets. He was criticized in the Soviet press for his rough style of play, and a few grudges, I think, still carry when you meet him in your home building.
Repnef to Balderis on the backhand side. Centered it. Dunn got his skate on it to kick the puck loose. Gatola, as Friday goes down, he became entangled with number 12 out there, Golikov. Both the men are up now, but the fans love that. Here's Vasiliev at the line. His shot into the corner. Dunn will get a penalty here. Dunn jostling with Balderis in front of the Winnipeg net, and there's the whistle, and Dave Dunn will get the gate. And Balderis did everything but draw guns.
Well, they were both going at it. However, it will just be Dunn, I believe, that goes off. With 47 seconds remaining in the first half of this period, you'll see the infraction there. Now, you can call it cross-checking. It didn't look like too much, however. He might have even called interference.
Big Dave Dunn, a real country music buff.
Dave Dunn, 2 minutes for high sticking.
He does a little picking himself. Fine young man, too, is Dave Dunn. Very personable. Of course, Leaf fans will remember him. That's Tommy Bergman lofting it to the line, but not out. Harlamov between his legs to Pervukin. Pervukin to Harlamov. Back on the other side. Here's Lutchenko's shot. He faked into the corner to out in front, and oh, Harlamov had the corner. How did that stay out?
Joe Daly got the left foot over to make a brilliant save on Harlamov, who was parked all alone in between periods. Lars-Erik Schubert talked about this particular play and exactly how they leave that man right at the corner of the crease, and it's worked for a goal tonight, and I'm sure for many more in the series. They have a great record in their power plays, 10 power play goals in their 37 chances up to date now in this series.
Pervukin at the point to Lutchenko on the other side. In the corner to Petrov. Let's see them set it up again. Lutchenko. Pervukin. Harlamov in the circle. Back to Pervukin. To Harlamov. To Lutchenko at the edge of the circle. He went for the far corner and missed with a low, hard slap shot. Lutchenko. There's a shot. Petrov's drive bouncing off teammate Mihайлов to center ice. And there's the buzzer, ending the first 10 minutes of the third period.
And at that point, there is still 1:13 to go on the penalty to Dave Dunn. The score, the Soviets 3, the Jets 1. This is WHA International Hockey from Winnipeg.
And, of course,
Soviet Union. Final 10 minutes of regulation play. A minute 12 left in the Winnipeg penalty. The Jets trailing the Soviet Union by a score of 3-1. Krikunov at center ice. Though Yakushev. Alexander Yakushev sliding it to Shadrin. Shadrin now carrying back into his own end. The Soviets trying to reorganize here. There's Yakushev. Center ice. The puck backhanded into the near corner. Hedberg beating Yakushev to it, and they get a whistle. 9:29 left here in the third period.
Anders Hedberg, the man you referred to as the Swedish Express, is the second leading scorer in the WHA this season so far. He actually trails Real Kluche of the Nordique by 5 points, but the Jets have 4 games in hand.
Teddy Green carrying over the far corner, had it stolen away by Shalimov. Vladimir Krikunov. Krikunov, number 23. Left wing pass to Yakushev. Nilsson out there with Hedberg on this penalty-killing unit. 8 seconds left in the minor to Dave Dunn. Shalamoff across the Winnipeg line to Babinov. Babinov to Krikunov. Into Yakushev. Yakushev on the far side to Shalamoff to Babinov at the point. Both teams at full strength now. Shadrin at the side of the net. To Yakushev on the near wing. Alexander Yakushev left it there. Hedberg trying to get it loose and does to Hull. Nilsson with him. Hull over the line. Bobby Hull going around Babinov. Lost control in the corner. Taken to the boards. Shalimov has it. And they stop play with 8:23 remaining.
Once again, that immobility that Bobby Hull has displayed since coming back. Just cannot control the puck with that very severely damaged left wrist. In fact, Dr. Wilson, who was on the telecast at the beginning with you, Dr. Jerry Wilson, the vice president of the Jets and also the team doctor, fears that the wrist may never be the same.
I know I talked to Bobby this afternoon. He was very concerned about the injury. He was very concerned about many things. I haven't seen him down emotionally, Peter, in a long, long time. He is just not himself. That's Golikov. Alexander Golikov having difficulty. Decides to try it again as he passes to Vasiliev. Vasiliev to Repnov. Very long. Giving it to Sullivan. Sullivan a drop pass to Miller. He's checked by Ripinov. Now Bobby Guindon. Guindon to Miller. Winnipeg having trouble getting out of their own zone. They are down by a score of 3-1. Bobby Hull has their only goal of the night. Now stick handling in is Ripinov. Pass broken up by Sullivan. Golikov gets it. There's a shot right on. Daly went down. And it's very long with a rebound to Hull. Hull out intended for Guindon in the early going. Now chasing after it is Ripinov. Long watching him. Golikov has it. Trying to shovel it out in front. It hit Hull. Hull's pass knocked down by Ripinov. Hull deep in his own end. Bobby Hull turning away from the Soviet forecheckers. Out intended for Sullivan. Vasiliev brings it in offside.
The score of the Soviet Union 3 and the Winnipeg Jets 1. This is WHA International Hockey from Winnipeg.
An absolutely jam-packed crowd here at the Winnipeg Arena, trying to urge their Jets to get started. In the third period, it has been all the Soviet Union. Lutchenko has it. Number 3, Green stops that pass at the line. Lutchenko tries again for Harlamov along the board. Harlamov to Lutchenko. He dumps it to center ice. 6:35 to go as Lumpke goes over the line and then had it stolen away by Petrov. A clear-cut breakaway. Catola taking the pass in full stride at center ice. A long shot, and it's Tretjak hugging the puck against his chest for the faceoff.
6:14 remaining in the third period of play, and the play has slowed down considerably. The first period was a torrid pace. It kept up in the second period, and it might be starting to tell on both teams because the Soviets, having played last night, left Edmonton, got up at 5 this morning to leave, and arrived at Winnipeg, practiced immediately, then had a few hours sleep and came to the game. So it might be telling a little bit on both clubs.
Well, the Jets made something to get them going, and soon. There's a shot by Lindstrom. Easy skate save for Tretjak. Victor Shalamovich to Vladimir Shadrin. Shadrin for Yakuşev. Long just got his stick on it. Young quickly ahead to LeBrotten. LeBrotten across the Soviet line. LeBrotten closing in. Drop pass for Nilsson. Nilsson, they just shoot at the center ice by Yakuşev. Leading Krikунов. Krikунов is stopped by Miller. Two teams having some trouble now in mustering a solid, sustained offensive attack. Vladimir Krikунov firing the puck to center. Shalimov skating in over the line. Shalimov, a quick shot. Oh, and he is upended as the puck deflects into the crowd by Kari Miller. Miller's been the most aggressive member of that Winnipeg team, no doubt about it.
And has been for the past 2 or 3 weeks. Big Perry Miller, and I know, as you mentioned earlier, it's not going to affect the people in Mississauga if they're, you know,
I know,
out in Brampton or something.
Puck is in the corner. That's Bergman. Can't get anything started with Hull. Golunov has it at his own blue line. Missed a check from Hedberg. Oh, trying up the near side. Drop pass for Sullivan. Sullivan stopped at the line by Vasiliev. Vasiliev given a push by Bergman. Now Rubinov. His pass hit a skate. Sullivan comes in. Long pass intended for Hedberg, and again the puck never got there. The Jets having trouble connecting on those passes. Teddy Green. Over for Bergman. And again, that's broken up. Hedberg in front of the Winnipeg bench. Sidestep to check. Gives the puck to Hull. Bobby Hull over for Sullivan. And he tipped the puck, but it went wide. This is Balderas with a shot way into the corner. And after he had taken the drive, Tommy Bergman lowered the boom on him. Now Hedberg losing the puck in his skates. Bumping there with Bilялетдинов. Jets simply cannot penetrate that Soviet defensive wall. And the Soviets, contrary to what they would have done 4 or 5 years ago, have gone into a defensive shell. They are content with that 3-1 lead, as well they should be. Now Boris Mikhailov hits the line over for Harlamov on the backhander, and he couldn't find the handle. Bobby Guindon stopped by Vasiliev. The puck is kicked loose. It's Harlamov in front of his own bench to an open wing. Bobby Hull picks it up. Bobby Hull skating to center. Petrov to Mikhailov. Boris Mikhailov with Harlamov trailing along with Lutchenko, and Lutchenko took the wrist shot and just missed the rebound. Now here's Petrov from the circle, winding up with a shot. That save made by Daly. Lyle Moffat has it for Winnipeg. Out to Barry Long. Long giving it to Lind. Here's Lind going in. Over for Long. He scores! Barry Long from Max Lind, and it's now 3-2, and this crowd is going wild.
Great play by Barry Long, who really had to go to get back into position. He made the initial pass, and then, for a big man, had to really fly down the right side to catch up to the play.
That's not it.
That was a shift and a half ago.
There it is, Barry Long.
With a goal scored by number 3, Barry Long.
Now listen to the crowd.
Number 19, Matt Lind, and number 22.
A happy young man, very long. Maybe this is the play that will get the Jets going. They are trailing 3-2. There's 2:35 left in the game, and Tretjak holds it for the face-off as Babinov has words now with Kent Runke.
We saw exactly the same thing happen in the game against the Czechoslovakians. The Jets had been down 4-0. They got one, and they blew them out of the ring.
Maybe they can explode. Certainly there's a capacity crowd here at the Winnipeg Arena hoping exactly that takes place. Back in the point, Bergman, a long shot that deflects into the glass. Lazuk racing after it. Yakushev in possession. Alexander Yakushev giving it to Shalimov. Shalimov is stopped by Bergman. Bill Lazuk has it. 2:15 left. Russia 3. The Jets 1. Check that. The Jets 2. Turning in his own end. Bergman keeps it in. No, he didn't, says the linesman, and it's offside.
And naturally, the partisan Winnipeg fans feel that it did not go out over the line. Watch this play by Barry Long. He's got to try to keep from kicking it in the net. Taken out of the play. There's the pass in front by Mats Lind, and Barry Long gets his stick on it, beats Tretjak cleanly.
3-2. 1:59 remaining here in regulation time. Don't forget, if the game is tied after 3 full periods, there will be overtime. Here's Holt Wilson, and that shot kicked away. Now Long, and the puck was knocked down by Bабinov. Krikun giving it to Shalimov to Yakushev. Yakushev, a return relay intended for Shalimov. And icing called against the Soviet Union with 1:38 to go. This could be a tremendous minute and a half. There is a look at some of the crowd. There is a look at young Perry Miller. Bobby Crom going with Nilsson, Lindstrom, and LeBron. Long and Miller on the points. Tretjak steering it to Lutchenko. Nilsson forechecking. Lutchenko reversing direction. 1:30. Lutchenko having it. Oh, the shot by Lindstrom, and that hurt. It deflected off the Soviet defenseman Vasiliev, and he limps to the bench. And again, the Russians called for icing, but Vasiliev is hurt. See the Soviets do. There is Lindstrom intercepting. There is the shot. And we really didn't get a clear look at the puck bouncing off Vasiliev's ankle, but he is on the bench. 1:16 left. Winnipeg trailing the Soviet Union by a back to Miller. A shot. Oh, and Long was all alone out in front and couldn't tip it by Tretjak, and again play is stopped with exactly 1 minute left and regulation time. It'll be Petrov. That tells the story up until this point as we pan down to ice level. That'll be Petrov going against Sullivan. Bobby Crum now sending out Hedberg, Sullivan, and Hull. Horace Kolagan countering with Yakushev, Mihайлов, and Petrov. Yakushev has replaced Harlamov. There's Bobby Crum shaking his head. From the draw, it's taken by Pervukin. Pervukin out to Mihайлov. He can't get past Harry Miller. Bobby Hull has it in front of the Winnipeg bench. 50 seconds to go. Miller to Hull. He swung at it. Bad pass. And Mihайлov to Yakushev. Yakushev hits the line, trying to split the defense. Now Petrov defense. Now Petrov. Nearly put the game on ice. Let's take another look at it as the Winnipeg defense proves to be vulnerable here. There's the shot. It got past the skate of Daly. And the goaltender's favorite friend made the save. There's the veteran, Vladimir Petrov. Alexander Yakushev has a pair for the Soviets. Face off to Joe Daly's left. Sullivan losing the draw to Shadreen. And now it's Sullivan with Hull and Hedberg. Hedberg is loose. The pass was behind him. He skates quickly after it. And Krikonoff beat him to it, according to the linesman. Hedberg, however, doesn't agree. And so it'll come all the way back into Winnipeg territory as Daly had gone to the bench in favor of a sixth attacker. Here's another look at it. Let's see if we can see who really did get the stick to it first. Well, it's very close and virtually impossible to tell from that angle. But Hedberg is still hot. 23 seconds remaining. The Soviet Union 3. The Winnipeg Jets 2. Soviets record 5-1 coming into this game. From the draw, it's Krikonoff at the point. A hard shot, handled easily by Daly. Yakushev on an open wing. Yakushev from a sharp angle in the slot. And Shadreen ripped the puck wide of the corner. Bабинов fails to keep it in. Hull getting loose with Hedberg. 2-on-1. Hedberg back for Hull. And the puck with 1 second to go. Gloved there by Tretjak as Bабинов was draped all over Hull. 1 second left. The face-off to Tretjak's left. The man on this play will be Peter Sullivan. On with a right-hand shot in the circle. There's the draw. The game is over. And the Soviet Union has defeated the Winnipeg Jets by a score of 3-2. And a game that really was wide open for a better part of the
Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight the Carling O'Keefe Awards to the outstanding players of the game. But first, the national anthem of the winning team. Jim Jaworski is at the keyboard of the Yamaha. The Carling O'Keefe Awards to the outstanding players of the game. Sculptured North American wildlife pieces by artist Oscar Graves. And Carling O'Keefe takes pride in presenting them to the outstanding players of tonight's game. And to make the presentation, we welcome a Winnipeg product, having played with the Winnipeg Monarchs and in Brandon, plus 10 years as player and captain of the New York Rangers. To make the presentation, Don Bones Raleigh. The first presentation will be to the outstanding player of the Soviet Union team tonight, number 20, Vladislav Tretjak. And now, the presentation to the outstanding Winnipeg Jet, Number 10, Peter Sullivan.
Peter Sullivan, chosen the outstanding player for the Winnipeg Jets, shaking hands with his Soviet counterpart, Vladislav Tretьяк.
Drive safely.
Winnipeg in just a moment.